Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Elise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we will be talking about The Nun 2. Let's get into the video.
So, did you hear about that thing in Portugal?
With the wine?
Yeah, with the wine.
Yeah.
So, for our viewers at home who might not know, over in Portugal, there was a winery, and 600,000 gallons of wine exploded and flowed through the streets.
Actually, I saw footage of that on Twitter.
It's funny, I saw it on Twitter as well. I was getting a haircut and I was reading about this thing, and apparently like 2,500 residents were stranded because the wine was flowing through the streets.
I'm sorry, you were getting a haircut?
Yeah, what about it?
What hair?
That's fucked up. Just because I'm balding a little bit doesn't mean I can't get a haircut. Like, all right, maybe I don't have it in the middle anymore, but...
Did you drink the blood of Christ and you magically got hair?
When does it say that in the Bible? What?
According to the nun.
What? When does the nun... What? Okay, so... Listen, that relates to what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about... What are we talking about?
Today we are talking about The Nun 2.
Yes. What was The Nun 2 about?
Directed by Michael Chavez, starring Thaisa Farmiga, Jonas Blike, Storm Reed, and the icon herself, Bonnie Aarons, The Nun 2 continues 4 years after the events of the Abbey of St. Carta. Sister Irene returns once again and comes face to face with the demonic force, Valak, also known as the Nun. Yeah, that synopsis is about as bland as the entire film is, so congrats!
This movie was like inspirationally boring. You know, I don't want to just shit straight on it. How do you want to start this?
So I think I would like to talk about Michael Chavez, who he's relatively new, I guess, but he seems to be in the Conjuring universe. I believe the first film he directed was The Conjuring 3. And The Conjuring 3 was quite mid. Except for very few sequences that I thought were cool. The best parts are obviously Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. And this movie, it seems that the best part is Thaisa Farmiga, even though she really has nothing to do. So, I feel like Michael Chavez may not be the director for me. He is not serving. And I fear he will continue to make cheap and corny horror films for like the rest of his career. All that budget and we get cheap jump scares from the very first 10 minutes of the movie. And then it just continues.
It was so stale, bland,
yeah.
Milquetoast.
It actually feels like an insult to my intelligence.
Yes. You know what it was for me? It's just like, what are you saying? Like, obviously, I know what you're saying. You're saying, give me money, please. But, like, what are you saying with this movie? You know, nothing there is different. Nothing there is interesting. Nothing, I hate to be this person. Nothing adds to the lore. I mean, like, what is, you know, The Conjuring 1 and 2, the nun is, like, the final boss, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So far, there's not been an interesting take on the nun's backstory. I guess they kind of explain it in this one in passing. They're like, she's a demon from hell.
See, this is an issue for me. Yeah, in this film, they do tell us that this was actually an angel that was not... that that fell or that was not accepted by God.
He's a bad boy.
Like, I don't know what that even means. And I don't really care. And they didn't really care to really elaborate. There was so much exposition dumping that it's actually insane that they had, like, some of the actors say half of this shit.
They did so much exposition dumping, but they didn't say anything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I went into this film really looking forward to a step up from the first one, and somehow, I guess I asked for too much because this was indeed not a step up. It seemed to me that with the way they were so excited about this movie and like talking it up, I thought they were going to lean into the camp of the film, right? Because the first film, while it is a little bit slow, I can appreciate the atmosphere. I can appreciate that whole sequence with the nuns in the church. I thought that was really good. You know, there's some really nice imagery in that one. I don't get what they were trying to do. You would think that with the ending of the first nun, with how ridiculous the ending is, she spits the blood of Christ in Valak's face. Okay, camp, I guess. So I thought with part 2, they were gonna be like, yo, we're just gonna lean into the camp. But they're like, actually, no. Let's get the guy who did Conjuring 3 and have him take control of this. Great job! We got some really shitty, cheap jump scares that were not scary, and were boring. Some of the best parts of the movie is like when we see Valak's image on things. That's the most creative part of the movie. I will have to give credit where credit is due with the whole newsstand sequence. Very cool, but it went on for far too long because they were like, wait, the jump scare's not happening yet. Wait. And then when it happens, it's corny.
The thing that was annoying with it was like, we knew where it was going, but they just decided to drag it out as much as they could, I guess, because they thought it would be tense. But it's like, as soon as you see what's going on with the faces, you know what's going to happen. They couldn't really decide what they wanted the nun to be or to do. And the most annoying part about it is you just get this pseudo slasher character now, and then every once in a while she just does the exact same thing she does in The Conjuring 2, where she just, oh my god, she's on the wall, oh my god, she's in a slice of toast, she's in the mirror, like, and it's just like she never really does anything, and at the end she makes the French guy. I don't want to give away any spoilers. Let's not get too deep into the story.
Actually, we probably won't go too into the spoilers. The film did just come out. So right off the bat, we're in this gorgeous location in France, and it is a bummer that they didn't at least try to do any cool camera work at all, or any cool coloring, or any really beautiful cinematography, which they could have done since they were shooting this on location and not a set. So where was it?
Could have been anywhere, honestly. They could have shot the exact same movie.
A lot of the film feels and looks very flat, and it's criminal because this was filmed at a real abandoned church. We could have done so much.
It's just kind of interesting because, like, they had so much to work with in terms of location, and the actors were good. I mean, Thaisa Farmiga, what's her name? What's his name? The guy.
Actually, yeah, Jonas, I can't say his last name. I already forgot how it told me to pronounce it. But the guy who plays Frenchie, he's great.
We'll get into it, but his performance is the most interesting because it's not like you're seeing Thaisa Farmiga do anything in this movie.
Yeah, that's another thing. So this film actually decides to focus on Frenchie, and it's basically his movie, and then Thaisa Farmiga and Storm Reed's characters are like the superheroes because they were like asked to go here because she survived this thing, and now the Vatican is like, we need you to go and solve this issue. Like, what is she gonna gonna do? But at least Jonas was a very good actor because he did carry. It's unfortunate though. It really has nothing to do with the actors so much as the story is just pretty boring and it feels as though they don't really know what to do with this character. And sometimes it does kind of feel to me that we could have just let this character be the character in The Conjuring 2. Valak is very scary in The Conjuring 2. They do a great job showcasing this character. You want to know why? Because it's directed by James Wan, who knows how to showcase characters.
No, rightfully so. And I think that the Conjuring spin-off movies all kind of fall into this issue where they all want to like expand on these villains, these demons, these things. I mean, I guess the Annabelle 1 tries to give a backstory, and Annabelle create the awakening, whatever the fuck, the Annabelle creation. It's it kind of, but like none of it is actually really about the origin. And not saying we need to see the nun be born, but like give us something. I don't want to just see the nun scaring random people, and don't get me wrong, I would watch Taissa Farmiga and Abab eat cereal for 4 hours straight, but somehow I was not interested while watching this movie.
Unfortunate. Also, I did read that this is the first film in the Conjuring universe to be filmed in Panavision. And I don't know why they thought that was like so cool. They were like, this is the first film to be filmed in Panavision. Okay. It looks so flat. The coloring is so dead. It lacks any type of feeling of dread, feeling of anything, really. Like, it should be a feeling of dread. We are watching a man being possessed by this entity. It's like beating him up. Like, are you for real?
I don't know. You know what the problem is? They don't know what they want to do with these movies. What do you want to do? What is The Nun? I mean, obviously, they know what they want to do. They want to make money. But what's the point of it?
I just think that Valak, it's such an interesting character. The character design is creepy in itself. Bonnie Aarons is an icon, right? She does a great job at being scary. But, like, I don't think this is a character that can have its own movie, especially if you want to be lazy and not give her any kind of lore, and you're gonna just like tell me in 2 seconds that this was some fallen angel that God was like, bye, you're not getting into heaven. Like, there is something I do have to talk about. The whole thing, I feel like the character, I don't even remember the character's name, the character that Storm Reed plays was kind of just thrown in. She's like an afterthought. They threw her in because they're like, oh shit, we have to focus on Maurice, and then Sister Irene is gonna have nothing to do, so she needs like somebody. So obviously they're trying to show us with this character that she smokes cigarettes, she's never on time, she's kind of like not really like the other nuns. And also she doesn't believe in miracles.
What kind of nun doesn't believe in God? Don't even talk to me. And when they give Taissa Farmiga force powers with St. Lucy's eyes, don't even get me started on that.
Right, so like, is Sister Irene St. Lucy? I'm confused. That's why we didn't need it. Nobody asked for this. They should have left Valak in The Conjuring 2, where this character was the scariest. I believed Vera Farmiga, okay? I believed Vera Farmiga's character in the fact that this was the scariest, most powerful demonic force, okay? I don't believe it in The Nun, which is the movie about her. Are you joking?
I agree. She doesn't do anything scary. She doesn't do anything crazy and demonic and powerful.
It's absurd.
I'm not afraid of her. I think she's kind of goofy, honestly.
I'm not afraid of her either. Like, I kind of just want to be like Slay and like walk away from her. Like, I just Slay with that long robe, girl. I'm mad. I'm over it. We're done. It's capped.
What do you give this movie?
I am going to be giving The Nun 2 1 Lev out of 5. I'm giving it a 1 because Jonas, I can't say his last name, Bloquet?
Balake.
The guy who plays Frenchie was very good and he served. I hope to see him in more horror movies. I actually really do. And I love always seeing Thaisa Farmiga, but like, get real, girl. We need a new agent as soon as possible.
I am going to say 4 Levs for The Nun 2.
Shut up.
Lev.
You're just joking.
Can I speak? Can I give my own rating? God.
You were just going on
canon.
and on. We're
Sweet
done.
and Spooky
The Conjuring has to
care.
be over.
Like,
And 4.
Sweet and Spooky doesn't allow people to have their opinions. It is canon. It is in video. Can I continue?
Let's not put that in.
Thank you. I'm going to be giving The Nun 2, 2023, 4 Levs out of 5. 1 Lev for the movie, and 3 Levs for Thaisa Farmiga with a bob.
Okay. Well, there you go. Those are my thoughts on The Nun 2.
Ta-da!
I don't ever want to talk about this movie ever again, and I won't be. So, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments, have you seen The Nun 2? Did you enjoy it? Very curious if you enjoyed it more than the first one, which was also a flop. I'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.